Well, it's almost 12 minutes before 7 o'clock. A very good morning to you once again here on Morning Live, SABC 2 and Channel 404. In 2015, 7,468 detainees were held in jails across the country because they could not afford bail. According to a study done by the South African Institute of Race Relations, none of these detainees were convicted of any crimes and are still imprisoned. 45% of these detainees are kept in prisons because they could not afford bail of 500 rand or less. Kerwin Lebone, an analyst at the South African Institute of Race Relations, joins us this morning in our studio. Kerwin, good morning to you and welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, Parisa.
Thank you very much for coming through. Now, what prompted the study?
The study, we do this every year. We take information from various departments of government. And this particular information comes from the Judicial Inspectorate of Prisons. So we like to make policy proposals to government and look at the ways we can assist. Such as in this place, we thought that this adds to the problem of overcrowding in jails and other issues. And so we thought we should publish the study and let people aware, especially government lawmakers, to say this is the issue that we have, and we have proposals to sort out this problem.
I actually wanted to come to this issue that we are currently sitting on a problem of overcrowding in our prisons, and yet you find that there are still detainees in prisons who cannot afford 500 rand a bail or less.
Yes, and the thing about this, the sad thing about this, Palisa, is that we have a law that government can use to alleviate overcrowding. That law is Section 63A of the Criminal Procedure Act. It's a law that's been in our statute books since 1977. But as inspectors found, there seems to be a reluctance on the part of prison authorities to employ this law to alleviate crowding. And we have a lot of prisoners that are petty criminals that could be remand detainees, that could be released using that law, which is why we are saying the lawmakers should look at that law and encourage prison authorities to use it more.
But what do you do with the reports? I mean, surely you come up with recommendations as well. Do you give the reports to the relevant authorities?
Our annual survey goes out to all the MPs in South Africa and also to MECs of all provinces. So government officials they have this information in hand and then they can use it. But we also make submissions besides the report. If in the event that they do not read our reports, we also make submissions a lot to government and to other departments, correctional services, to tell them that this is what we think we should do to improve the situation.
But then has there been any response maybe to the report from the government side?
Not currently. What happened is that this month the Minister of Correctional Services, of Justice, Mr. Masuta, yes, he talked about the same problem, and I think he read our report. He talked about it after reading our report. And
so there is hope at the end of the day that indeed there might be light at the end of the tunnel.
Absolutely.
But the situation in the Lebone, how does it affect taxpayers' pockets?
One prisoner costs 10,500 a month. And, you know, if they stay in prison for 2 years, that's about 250,000 for only one prisoner. And you can see that, you know, it's a lot of money for the taxpayer. And if you take all those 7,500 prisoners, for a year, they will cost the state 940 million. It's money that can be better employed somewhere else in the criminal justice system. By training more detectives, for instance, and increasing police on the beat for police visibility.
Well, in Lebone, we're going to have to leave it right there, but thank you very much for your time and happy Easter weekend to you.
To you too, ma'am.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, that's Kerwin Lebone. He is an analyst from the South African Institute of Race Relations, giving us an update on a study that was conducted and the report released earlier this year, talking about the issues relating to detainees who are still imprisoned in our jails here in the country with petty crimes and some who cannot just merely afford 500 rand or less bail. Well,